Jesus time.
You're watching Fugitive Red-Eye, and welcome to another episode of Takeshi Tuesdays. Once again, we'll be doing a movie review, and again today, it's not one that he directed, but he did star in, because once again, I've actually finished reviewing all of his movies that he directed, so now we're just on to his actor roles. But today we'll be talking about Johnny Mnemonic. Now, Johnny Mnemonic was released on May 26, 1995, so it was actually released after the motorcycle accident, but I think it was filmed before, because he doesn't seem to have the paralyzed face. In addition to that, the movie runs for 96 minutes approximately, which is roughly an hour and 36 minutes, and it's considered to be one of the worst movies Takeshi was in, and I honestly cannot see why. Johnny Mnemonic is a cyberpunk film starring Keanu Reeves as a guy who smuggles data in his brain, because he has like a hard drive in his brain. But in the current job that he's sent on in the movie, they put too much data in his head, to the point where if he doesn't get it removed, it will actually kill him. Having this sort of hard drive in his head actually made him lose all memory of his childhood as well. And I think that this is a very interesting movie because it has Keanu Reeves in it, and it's a cyberpunk movie. Takeshi himself plays the villain, known as Takahashi. One thing that is worth noting, though, with this movie, Takeshi is credited simply as Takeshi, not as Takeshi Kitano and not as Beat Takeshi, just Takeshi, one word, like Madonna. It's also worth mentioning that Takeshi has about 10 additional minutes that were cut from the American cut of the film. I have seen those in a YouTube video, but I have not seen the original Japanese cut in its entirety, but I have essentially, since I've seen the YouTube video with all the cut scenes, and I've seen the American version with, all the other scenes in it. So I've essentially seen all of Takeshi's scenes in it, just not where they would have been inserted chronologically. But overall, I think Johnny Mnemonic is an underrated classic. It has a scene where an evil priest fights a cyborg dolphin who shoots him with lasers. I don't know how anyone could dislike that movie. Also, this priest guy is played by Dolph Lundgren, so that's pretty cool too. It was actually Dolph Lundgren's last theatrical film up until The Expendables came out. That said, it's considered to be one of the worst movies Takeshi was in, and I don't get it. It also has Takeshi speak a lot of English in this movie, which, if you don't know, Takeshi is not very good at speaking English. So it's filled with tons of English, and I love it. The Japanese cut of the film is something I will be buying at some point in the future as well, because I did find it on Amazon for $30. But so far, the American cut was still very enjoyable for me. My enjoyment for this movie is partially genuine and partially ironic, because some scenes are so bad it's good, and a lot of the movie is genuinely good. The acting is very cheesy and at times pretty bad, and there's a lot of good cheesy one-liners in it, but overall it's a fun movie, and I highly recommend seeing it if you haven't. In Japan, Johnny Mnemonic is simply released as JM, which I thought was interesting, but whatever, but I highly recommend checking it out. Because it's one of his lesser-known roles for both Keanu Reeves and Takeshi. But anyway, that's all I really have to say about Johnny Mnemonic. It's a fun ride, has a lot of crazy shit happen in it, and it has Ice-T in it as well, so I thought that's probably worth mentioning. But overall, good movie. Cheesy movie, obviously, but a fun cyberpunk movie with some questionable special effects at times, but overall, an enjoyable watch. Anyway, this has been Fugitive Red-Eye. Have a great day.